Okay, guys, I'm going to read chapter 16 of Hero. Don't mind the beautiful background with all the birds. Hopefully that's all you'll be hearing. But I'm in my backyard, which is one of my favorite places to just go and read. So, Hero, chapter 16. There we go. They marched in a single file line as the hurricane wound down around them. The weather was calmer, although the wind still shook the trees high above the boys, and the rain came steadily down on them. Ben kept checking his phone, waiting for a signal. The clock said it was close to 4 in the morning. Hero led the way, with Ben right behind him. Before they'd left the cave, Noah had clipped Hero's and Scout's leashes together to create a long tether. Each of the little boys gripped the nylon rope with one mud-caked hand as they marched. This kept them all in a row and prevented anyone from wandering off the path. Noah positioned himself in the middle of the pack, with 3 Boy Scouts in front of him and 4 behind him. Jack and Scout brought up the rear. Every time one of the kids started to lag, Scout ran up and nudged them with his nose, urging them along. They followed Marco's map. The path angled uphill again. Ben leaned forward, pushing himself as the road got harder and his legs got more tired. He looked over his shoulder. The Boy Scouts pursed their lips and furrowed their brows, concentrating hard on getting up the hill. They looked so young and scared, but none of them complained. They just wanted to get home. Corey was right behind Ben. He was trying really hard not to cry, and mostly, he was succeeding. Ben couldn't imagine leaving his own dad behind, hurt and trapped like that. A pang of fear shot through Ben's chest as he thought about Dad. Did he even know Ben was missing, and was he worried about him? Either way, Ben hoped that he'd find out the answer soon. Off in the distance, Ben heard the sound of a creek running. It was heavy and fast-moving, probably overflowing with rainwater. He shined his flashlight on the map. Eventually, they were going to have to cross that creek in order to get to higher ground and closer to Gulfport. Corey sniffled and choked back a sob. Ben stopped walking and let Corey catch up. He put his hand on the boy's shoulder and squeezed. "It's going to be okay," Ben said, hoping he was right. "Just picture your dad doing something really fun that you love to do together, and only think of that." "Okay," muttered Corey. Hero darted around their legs, and Corey smiled a little through his tears. Ben had an idea. "Hey," he called out to the others, "you guys want to hear about one of Hero's big rescues back when he was a police dog?" No one answered at first. Then a soft voice from the middle of the pack said, "Yes, please." There were so many great Hero rescue stories. Ben racked his brain for just the right one. He could tell them the one about how he'd gotten lost in the woods when he was just a little boy. Hold on. Beretta, get out of there. My dog's in the leaves, making it difficult to read. Okay, what was I saying? Just like class time. All right. Then a soft voice from the middle of the pack said, "Yes, please." There were so many great Hero rescue stories. Ben racked his brain for just the right one. He could tell them the one about how he'd gotten lost in the woods when he was just a little boy, younger than these Boy Scouts were. Ben had been terrified and convinced he'd never see his parents again. But Hero had come racing out of the darkness and found him crying alone under a tree. That was Ben's personal favorite, of course. Or he could tell them about how Hero had tracked a bank robber by sniffing a single piece of paper that the crook had touched. He'd followed the man's scent from the bank down the street, through an office building, and into the basement where he was hiding. But nope. Ben knew which story he would tell the Boy Scouts. "Have you guys heard about the front porch robber?" he asked. "My mom told me about him," said a boy, Jonah, from the middle of the pack. "She said he was weird." Ben laughed. "Yeah, he was weird, because he really liked taking weird stuff. A few years ago, people started noticing that their things were disappearing from their front porches at night." "Like what?" asked Jonah. like he stole a rocking chair once. And another time, he just took a potted plant. What? No way. Why would anybody want to take a plant? The boys were giggling now. Who knows why? But this guy took a plant, Ben went on. And a tricycle. And even, are you ready for this? Yes, the boys cackled. A chicken, Ben shouted. The boys were laughing so hard they had to stop walking for a second. Anyway, Ben said, tugging on the tether to get them moving again, no one could catch the front porch robber. Not the cops, not the neighbors, no one. Until the boys went totally silent. Ben let them wait until they couldn't take it for a second longer. Until what? They yelled. What do you think? Ben asked. He waved a hand in Hero's direction. Hero caught him, the boys cried. That's right, Hero caught him. One night, in the middle of the night, a woman saw the robber running away from her house. Ben lowered his voice and spoke slowly, dramatically, drawing out the story. And she called the police right away, so they knew that the guy had just been there. My dad and Hero got to her house a few minutes later, and they found a glove the thief dropped when he ran away. He'd never left anything behind before, so this was a big deal. Then what happened? One boy, Emmett, asked. But the robber was gone already, another boy. Oh, there's Hero right there, right? Hey, everything's okay. Greta, shh, it's okay. It's all right. But the robber was gone already, another boy, Isaiah said. How could Hero find him? Could he see him? Nope, Ben said, but he could smell him, just like he can smell you right now. Did you know that everyone has their own smell? It comes from little pieces of your skin that fly off you. Gross, the boys giggled. It sounds gross, but it's really cool, actually, Ben said. You and I can't smell each other so much, but Hero knows the difference between each and every one of us, because his sense of smell is thousands of times better than ours. Crazy, right? So he could smell the bad guy, or what? Emmett asked impatiently. You got it. Hero knew the thief's smell from the glove. Then he sniffed the ground and the air and the grass and the dirt, and he found the guy's smell on all those things too. And he followed it really far. And do you know where they found the front porch robber? Where? The boys cried out all at once. In a trash can. For real? Emmett asked, suspicious. For real, Ben said. He was hiding in someone's trash can outside their house. He had put the lid on over his head and everything. But Hero smelled him and signaled to my dad where he was, and they caught him. Wow, cool. Didn't the trash smell really bad? Yeah, Ben laughed. I'm guessing it smelled really bad. But that didn't stop you, right, Hero? Hero wagged his tail, almost as if he knew the story was about him. Oh. Okay, that's chapter 16. It sounds like they are on their way to safety and they're in good spirits right now. So that's kind of a happy chapter. All right, guys, I hope you're enjoying your outdoor time. Beretta, my doggie, is as well. So have a great day.